Hello best friends, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. In this video I got more than 10 fragrances great for cold weather. This video is packed with lots of cool fragrances, including affordable fragrances, hidden gem fragrances, mass appealing designer fragrances. Everything you want to know about fragrances for cold weather is the emphasis today, and the compliments of course, and longevity. We're going to start with Creed Royal Oud, which is probably one of the most expensive on the list. As this list continues, it's just analytically correct for price, value, and compliments as well. This is a woody musk with a hint of pepperness. It's very strong and spicy. Some green hidden notes from citruses. Fall, winter nights, and cozying up with your girl against a fire is good for this. It does have a soft sillage and a 6-hour longevity. All seasons is fine with this as well. I would say 25 years and up is older. Did you know that this fragrance called Bulgari Extreme shares some similar notes to this? It's got the galbanum, which is a resin. It's got the pepper. It's got the cedarwood. And here's another fragrance that shares all the exact same notes as this, except it has leather in its base, which makes a big difference. It's called His Highness Green. It's very similar to Polo, the old school one, ×4 on steroids with the full volume blasted out. Next up, you have Pure Malt. Pure Malt, when it finally dries down, it joins all the fragrance notes in it, the fruits, the malt, and the coffee note. This is what happens when your German Shepherd gets a hold of your Thierry Mugler Amen Pure Malt. Coffee note all together, and there's a green, lovely patchouli note coming out of it, so you have that. This fragrance is called Mental Intense Cafe. This is a very extremely long-lasting fragrance. I'm not sure the prices are holding in the $100, $120 zone last I checked. And thank you to Julie777 because she found us a similar scent cheaper to this called Sabha Wa Oud. And this is the difference is that when it dries down, you can barely tell them apart. And this is a fragrance by Rihanna Fragrance Company. And so far, it's even more stronger than this, but there's no, I'm not going to ever say anything bad about this because this thing lasts for 12 hours. When you first spray them together, this Intense Cafe definitely gives you that cafe latte vibe, where this one doesn't. You'll smell a little bit more of the spices and the fruits. And as they tend to dry down, they come together almost identical. This one's a little bit, you have a different feeling of airness in the air, that high quality gourmet, I don't know what it is, like it's like a Creed Aventus clone against the real Creed Aventus. There's just something about it that makes it different, but at the same time, this is like $38 and this is 3 times higher. Next up, another addictive juice that's very affordable. It will awaken your senses and catch you off guard. Halloween Man X. It uses a technique called blackjack. 2 shots of whiskey, some coffee, some cinnamon bark, and some leather, all mixed together. How does that sound to you? Smells great, performs great, sweet, cool opening. There's a blend of leather, whiskey, and coffee. In the middle, dries down like a high-quality niche beast mode fragrance. It performs like crazy, and projection is off the charts, even in cold weather, even better. People say it's similar to Ferragamo Uomo. Next up, one of my favorites, but it's so expensive, but it's so delicious. It's called Wojan. Cinnamon, honey, and osmanthus. Osmanthus is a shrub that produces a fruity aroma like a peach or an apricot. Do you remember those? Ambergris is in here. It's very pleasant. It finishes with patchouli, musk, and vanilla. And tonka bean, this thing lasts easily 12 hours. Think about boozy cinnamon apple pie. That's the most layman's term to talk about this. It makes you feel great. The next one is a very highly demanded all last year. It's called Prada Luna Rosa Black. Total casual clothing is fine with this. Compliments are off the charts with this. It's a warm, powdery, organic. Look at me, I'm wearing Prada type vibe. You know when you spray this, you're like, yeah, I got Prada on. It kind of makes it feel like that. It's a cool black bottle. It looks awesome on your dresser too. And some of the notes in this thing is similar to Bulgari Soir. Have you ever heard of that? The first hidden gem of the day from 1992, Roma by Laura Biagiotti, Roma Iomo. Roma Iomo comes like this. I've heard there's some original formulas that are beast mode off the charts. This can be found probably $35 to $45 around your fragrance discount house. Some men don't want to smell like this. I think 29 might be about the cutoff age to begin with this fragrance because it's such an old formula. But basically, it's like an orange creamsicle. It's like frag heads. The people that are aficionados in fragrances love this fragrance because it's masculine, yet soft and wearable and creamy and sweet and seductive all at the same time. It's called Laura Biagiotti Romo Yomo. You ever heard of that one? Shout out to Dior Homme Intense. This is a good one. It's not on the list, but strong fragrance for cold weather. This will be more on a winter list when I make very extreme cold winter list coming up soon. Next, we have this great one that's dangerous to wear. Don't wear this when you're going out of your house unless your wife is with you. If you're not with your wife, a lot of wives don't let their men wear this because they get compliments too much. It's just Acqua di Gio, the old school, spiced up, eau de parfum style with frankincense and marine notes and patchouli and delicious. And another one is eau de parfum is Acqua di Gio Absolute. I demolished this bottle. You can wear these all year round. This is a versatile all year round cold weather sexy fragrance if you want to get compliments. Now the second hidden gem of the day is coming right up, but first I want to show you this Guerlain L'Homme Idéal Le Parfum edition. It spotlights the almond note in this one, and it's got leather covered in vanilla, so you last all day long. It smells like a niche fragrance, and it's just gorgeous, like elegant. I could recommend this to you, 30-year-old and up easily, even a little bit younger than 25 and up. This is a hot fragrance, dressed up, you know, with a nice shirt on. You can't go wrong with EDL. Now here's the second hidden gem of the day. It first came out in 2001 by Michael Kors, and then they reissued it in 2014. Back in 2001, fragrances like Bulgari BLV came out, and stuff like Lolita Lempica came out. This has citruses, wild tarragon, fennel, cardamom, cilantro. It's called Michael Kors. This is the 2001 edition right here, and it's got some tobacco in it as well, with a sweet dried fruit patchouli dry down, stimulating, soft, and spicy. And what's about this fragrance right here? It's got a huge intoxicating scent trail. That means when you wear this and leave the room, they will know, Michael, you were in the room. By the way, we're going to give a shout out to Jimmy Dosset or Jimmy Dosset. Him and his wife are very strong fans here, and he shared a great inspiring story down in the comments, down into the community section of this fragrance YouTube channel. And he said that he used fragrances to beat his demons of addiction. What an inspiring story. Shout out to you, Mr. Dosset, or is it Dosset? Jimmy Dosset. I don't know how to pronounce it. Respect to you, my friend. So anyway, you got the 2014 version. You can still buy the 2014 version of this, but if you happen to find the 2001, grab that instead. The 2014 is like 40% similar to this. Smells expensive and sophisticated. It's a warm, boozy scent. It's similar in performance. Not as good, but it's very close. Be careful with the trigger on these Michael Kors. Otherwise, it will wear you. You won't wear it. Next one is another one. Be careful with the trigger. It's very popular, like August to May. People die to wear this, and so does Dan Spanos, if you know him. Mike Montserrat Red Tobacco, spicy cinnamon caramel. It's kind of synthetic. It's just a touch. Sillage, a centril again. Extremely long-lasting, 9 hours longevity. This is a beast for real. Tobacco and saffron is in here. And for similar fragrance that's kind of similar, not as intense, try finding something called Afnan Tribute Black. It's about half the price. Finally, the number one fragrance for the cold weather, we're going to say rum, suede, tonka bean, Armani Code Absolute, the most elegant, little bit more dressed up, a little bit more mass appealing, and the women love it. Rum vanilla, which you don't notice, but it's in there right here. When you smell it, I can smell rum vanilla. The dominant note through this is tonka bean, and it lasts all day long and does you right. It's by Armani. Now let's hear from you. What kind of music do you listen to? Comment down below. And what would you wear for 10 cold great fragrances? I mean, not 10, but name any kind of fragrance you want. Coming up soon in the next video, in a couple of days, we have another fragrance called Masculine Leather. That's a Creta Ventus clone. And I found this one called Amber Oud. I just got it, and I tried it on my hand. and that just smells like that Al Haramain Amber Oud. I think it's a little bit cheaper, but we'll talk more about this later too. See you soon. Peace and love.